I've been teaching for many years, always taught within reading and language arts, so I knew the standards. But then when we talked about the shifts, I knew of the shifts, but getting deeper into what those shifts actually look like for instruction and how to implement those shifts was a vast difference. It changed my whole world, it changed my teachers' whole world, and the way that they plan now is so different than what we planned before receiving ANet support.
And it wasn't until I went through ANet and I actually had coaching and training, and it was like that aha moment. I got it. It all came together. And then I was able to bring that back to my teachers and explicitly explain to them, these are the 3 shifts, this is what it looks like in a math class.
Really making the teachers feel like it's not rocket science, that the resources have already been provided to us. When you look for things such as task to standard alignment, what does that really look like? What does that sound like? What does it feel like?
Planning before was more about filling the boxes, quote unquote. So it was filling in a lesson plan format and just kind of being box by box by box by box. And planning now is more of a conversation. So conversations that are all guided around the text, grounded in the evidence from the text, everything in relation to that text and how we're going to teach that. What are the standards that fit into the text versus the standards that we started with before? Now we're starting with the text and seeing what standards fit into that. And that builds a love into the story for the kids and for the teachers, because we're having conversation about it and we're like, oh, that's going to be amazing when the kids get that. And then you see that actually happen in the classroom, so there's a full connection between it.
From the support we've had with ANet, our PLCs and our planning time have been completely restructured. So now our teachers are doing the math during the PLC. They're actually working out the problems to see, okay, what do our students need to know and be able to do, and identifying those misconceptions. And now they're planning for addressing unfinished learning, and they're utilizing the coherence map, and everything is now looking at data. Okay, how did our students perform? And going through that whole teaching and learning cycle of, okay, they didn't get it, what are we gonna do about it?
We're excited because we celebrate about 90 7th grade scholars that improved their FSA scores. And then we celebrate 110 8th graders, the same thing. So it was emotional for us as leaders, because to see some of those scholars that had never received recognition before is an amazing thing. And we know it's a result of the work we do with ANet.